Hey everybody, Steven from PC Gamer here, and I'm doing something really cool and exciting today. I am playing Counter-Strike. I'm dueling in Counter-Strike against Jason, better known online as OneHandFPS. Hey Jason, how's it going?
Pretty good, Steven.
I'm super glad. Thank you so much for making time for me today. As people might be able to guess by your name, OneHandFPS, why don't you tell people a little bit about yourself?
So April 2016, I was involved in a motorcycle accident. That accident left my left hand paralyzed. I severed some nerves in my brachial plexus. And so since then, I've been playing video games one-handed.
Right. Oh, I see you peeking around the corner. So Jason and I are going to be dueling. You were trying to sneak up on me while you were talking. That's clever. Jason and I decided that we were going to duel each other in Counter Strike Go because two of the games that he plays a lot of are Counter Strike Global Offensive and then also King of the Kill. And I wanted to see how he stacks up because some of his videos make him look pretty awesome at this game still.
Oh, I just fucking saved your life.
Why don't you describe how do you play a game like Counter Strike Go one handed?
So all my movements are have been rebinded to my Razer 2014 Naga MMO mouse. It's got 12 buttons on the side. So all
Mm-hmm.
my movements and a majority of my other binds are on the mouse. Like I said, my left hand is paralyzed, so luckily enough, I can put my left hand on the keyboard, the far
Mm-hmm.
left of my keyboard, and press, six buttons over there. So there are some binds over there, but a majority of them are on my mouse.
One of the things I thought was so interesting is that you're in a sense very on the nose about the fact that you play games one handed as a streamer. Why did you decide to sort of like make that a part of your identity as a streamer and a YouTuber?
When I started playing, the only thing I could do was be positive about the situation. After my
Mm-hmm.
accident, the only thing I could do was be positive. When I started playing games again, the only thing I could do was just be positive and know that I would never play on that same level. And so I kind of took that when I started making videos and streaming, really, is to just be positive about things. And so I wanted to tell people, yeah, this happened to me not too long ago, but we could still work through obstacles in our lives, and we could still be positive about things. Things will, um, they may not be the same, but they'll somehow, work themselves out. I guess be the
Right.
way to put it. But just to be positive.
That's really cool. So, I mean, your accident wasn't that long ago. You mentioned, like, why don't you just, not to make you relive it or anything, but why don't you go a little bit more in detail and sort of what actually happened to your hand?
Um,
Um,
so me and my brother were out riding. We had been riding all day, and we
mm-hmm.
were just cruising, and I just lost control of the bike. And when you kind of do that, you kind of panic. And when I panicked, and I hit the throttle, and I throttled right into I think they're called like motorcade walls or something.
Right.
So I hit this wall on the side of the road, and I flew over this wall. And I was launched like when you're riding a bike and you hit something, you fly over the handlebars. Well, that's exactly what happened. I went, I flew over the handlebars and flew over this wall, and I ended up falling like 35 feet. From that, I broke multiple vertebrae. I actually have a T5 fusion in my back. I broke my scapula. I broke I broke my right arm. My left hand was severely dislocated. They said I broke all my ribs. I also You're gonna sneak up on me.
I
Um,
had this moment where I was like, you're going through, this horrific amount of injuries you suffered, and I'm using this opportunity to get behind you to kill you, and I had an attack of conscience. That's.
um,
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
no,
you
no,
there.
you're fine. But yeah, so and then my spleen also exploded, so that had to be removed.
Jesus. Hmm.
Um, but it wasn't actually until later on that the doctors had discovered that my left hand was paralyzed. At first, they thought it was just because it was severely dislocated and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But after going through tests and stuff and a bunch of tests, that they determined that I severed some nerves from my brachial plexus, which is in my neck, so they think I pulled them out of my spinal.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at this game. No, I mean, you mentioned obviously, like, especially now, you seem to have a very positive outlook on things. And what about at the time? I mean, when you first sort of, were in recovery from this accident, what was going through your mind?
There's always like that instant regret. It's like, what if I never bought that motorcycle? Would this have ever happened to me? Type thing. That got me a little down because I was like, oh man, thinking about everything that I used to do. When I came to, I was like, big gaming is a huge part of my life. It's like my favorite thing in the world. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
so I was like,
Yeah.
how am I going to play games? Am I ever going to be able to play Counter Strike again? You know, am I ever going to be able to play games with my brothers or my friends? And
Right.
so that stuff was going through my mind when I realized that that's probably going to happen to me. Um, but I mean, so it was just that
Safe to
kind of
say that
down.
wasn't the case because you're clearly kicking my ass. But sorry, continue. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you
you're
there.
good. But yeah, I think there's moments of doubts and there's moments of questions, and there was very small moments of being upset um about the situation. But as I kind of was healing and being surrounded by people, all I could do was be positive. So
Hmm.
and accept the situation for what it was. It's I want to say it was a couple months later.
Hmm.
I hadn't played anything too major. I was maybe it was a month or so later. I was like, I'm missing counters right now. I was like, I really want to play. So I
Hmm.
was like, I'm gonna go start up my desktop and sit in my chair. And what I did was I uh I got in. I went into a death match, and I didn't change anything yet. I went into a death match, and I just sat there, and I let people come to me, and I would just kill them. And so I was like, all right, well, if people are missing me this bad while I'm standing still, it can't be too bad if I try moving around. So
Right.
I decided to rebind Counter Strike as well and try that, and play around in some casuals and deathmatch, and I wasn't doing too bad. Kind of got used to the controls, and um, things took off from there.
How do you feel about your skill now playing? Like, is it a bit frustrating having to basically compensate for only having one hand?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get frustrated. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
'Cause I knew where I used to play at, skill wise, and
Right.
so sometimes it gets frustrating, especially when you're in a comp match with some of the ranks that I'm in now. And I always tell everyone the only reason that I'm probably where I'm at right now is probably because of what game sense I have of the game, and so I
Yeah.
feel like that kind of gives me the advantage over the ranks and stuff I have now. Um,
I am so bad with the op. God damn it. Let's see
concentrating
how
on trying to
many
kill you.
shots I can miss with this op.
Oh, there you go.
Finally.
Oh,
Yes.
2 hits. Um, but yeah, I mean, so I get frustrated a little bit, but I am, when I go into these matches and I just, I top frag or anything like that, that feels really good. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
just
sure, like,
a
sorry.
one-handed, I just top frag.
Right. Like, do you feel like because now you're playing with one handed, like, those moments are even more special?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that was, especially with that King of the Kill video like that. I think that's a perfect example. My mouse is going out. That is a perfect example of, how happy I am about those type of moments.
Oh, jeez. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I mean, totally. So, I mean, for people who aren't familiar with King of the Kill is a battle royale game where around 150 people spawn into this big map and they just start slaughtering each other, and the last person surviving is the one who basically wins the game. So, getting to number one is a huge accomplishment if you have two hands. But doing it with one hand is, frankly, pretty amazing.
I did it! I fucking got it! I fucking did it! Oh shit, dude! I fucking got him! Yo, good game, man. Oh my god, dude! Fuck yes, dude! Oh shit! I thought I was dead, dude. Oh man, I fucking did it. Oh, I'm so freaking proud of myself right now.
Yeah, and you seemed just totally elated. Do you feel like that was like a really big defining moment for your journey to sort of come back from this accident?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I said, in the video, I'll say I'm super proud of myself, and I was, totally happy that, um, I got that win. That meant the world to me at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, that's one area. Let's try and take it to the next level too. Let's try to get more wins. Let's try to get more kills in that game. So that's my competitiveness just keeps um, knocking my goals up. And so it's like we got that win. Let's go for another. Let's go for more kills, stuff like that.
Well, listen, Jason, I so appreciate you making time for me today. This was actually a ton of fun. Yeah, thank you for taking time and chatting with me and doing this weird idea I had to duel while we talk about your life.
It was a pleasure, man. I appreciate the, like I said, all the kind words and everything. It's been awesome.
Awesome. So, I
Fun.
mean, if people are interested in following you, why don't you just give them the quick rundown on how they can find you on the internet?
Yeah, you can. I stream most of the nights on twitch.tv/OneHandFPS. You can also see some of my stream highlights and other videos of me on YouTube at OneHandFPS as well.
Okay, perfect.
You can also follow me on Twitter at OneHandFPS. Just look at OneHandFPS. I'm sure you'll find me. I don't think there's that many.
Yeah, probably not. Well, awesome, man. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you again.
No, thank you, Steven. I appreciate it, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good one.